Hello everybody, hello Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, Cross Watchers. How are you all doing? This is the Divine Masculine reading. My name is Jackie and I'm a twin flame reader and clairvoyant. So if you want your own private reading for your Divine Masculine and your journey and where you're all going, which direction, which blocks there are that needs to heal, or uncomfortabilities that are in your relationship that have a lot of triggers, you know, I'm available next week to guide you and to help you out with this. So if you have any questions about the journey. Okay, what's in the Divine Masculine's mind space? 2 cards. He's in a mental conflict. There are so many things that's happening to him in the last I hear 2 years. It was a heck of a ride. It was going upside down. It was a roller coaster. And at the moment, this is going to play in his mind at the moment. So there are triggers, there are thoughts, there are problems, situations, emotions he can't figure out. So this is what's going on. He's too much in his mind space and it occupies everything of him. It takes too much attention from him and he needs to write it down. He needs to speak about it or tape it, you know, voice tape it so that he can release those thoughts. Because it's get too much in his mind space, and otherwise he needs to talk about it to release whatever is on his mind, because otherwise he gets too toxic. Everything will be worse. You know, it is making from out of a little thing, it's become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, yeah, and it's also about judgment. So it could be that he is assuming things, that he has judgments of other people. And it could be that the divine universe now is saying, okay, it's judgment time. This is, you need to do something about it. You know, you can't go on like this. And we giving you all these shadow sides to be resolved within you. So you need to get rid of your judgment about yourself and about other people, because there are too much assumptions and you don't know the truth about it. So yeah, that's what's happening. So it's just needs to be released. It needs to be released and come back in the now, I hear. It giving too much attention and too much notice onto things that not even happened yet. So that's what they say and what's going on in the Divine Masculine's mind space. And that's it's one of the solutions you can do about. And everybody works different, but being in the now is the best place to be, because the universe give its his judgment. It, you know, says, okay, you need to clear up your space. In his heart space, he wants spiritual union. And the spiritual union with his divine feminine. In his heart space, he wants this energy, and he knows that if he goes within to his heart space, there is already balance within the masculine and the feminine within himself, and that there is already a union there. So he doesn't have to go to look outside for it, because the balance is already there. And he knows also from his heart space that if he is sending out, you know, what he feels on the inside, it also will attract from the outside. So that's what he wants. He wants this spiritual union with his divine feminine. Okay. There he is. Transformation, the death. On how he sees the divine feminine. He sees that the divine feminine is going through a huge transformation, and that she's closing doors, that she is moving to another space, that there is a transformation of not only the inside, but the outside, the way of thinking, the patterns. She's not repeating her old patterns. And that's what he sees. He says, okay, wow, I think that's the end. I know, you know, I see her change. I see her become stronger, being in her authenticity, learning a lot, and standing up for herself. And in that release, I see that transformation within her, and that she is really going in that transformation and embodying it, and going in that silence mode, going in that cave mode, being still and ready to transform. So that's how he sees the divine feminine. Let's see what is the clarifier on that. Why? Because she knows when she's going deep, she is rising again, standing in the light, in balance, in her power. And she's not afraid to dive within, and she's not afraid to dive deep. So if she wants to manifest, and she knows, and he knows that she needs to go deep. And that's what he sees. He sees that she's going with the flow, going with the wheel, with the year wheel, and going in that space and holding herself there, knowing that if she does the work, that at the end she will rise again, and she will create her abundance. Okay. What is his higher self saying about himself? What is his higher self saying about himself? What's good for him? Again, like last week, crown chakra. Connect with your crown chakra. Go to a higher space, going to a space that you're connecting with your source. Go to your crown chakra. Let's see what is holding him back. What is, oh my gosh, why they always flying out? Yeah, the feminine on his mind. The feminine who's holding the coins. His divine feminine once more, could be once more. That's what I hear. Once more, more attention, more of this, more of that, more of, you know, and he knows that she is shining, and he knows that she needs to do it by herself, but she takes every little thing as possible to connect with him. It could be that there is a separation at the moment. She's also on his mind a lot. That could also be, you know, the first card of mind conflicts. Heart and mind is in conflict. So it could be that there is a separation, or they don't see each other that much, or, you know, and he knows that there is this queen is waiting, and there's a lot going on. It's like there is this pullback, and he knows that he needs to close the door, because there is no rest in his system. There's no rest. Why? I hear there is an anxiety. Yeah, of coming together, and he knows that he can be prosperous with her, that they walk the ground, that they walk the earth, that they are walking together, that there is harmony, that there is learning, that there is fertility. And he knows that he can walk with her, and that he can be prosperous with her. But his mind is just, his heart space knows, but his mind is just saying, no, 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 no. Because he needs to go through that transformation before anything else can change. New beginnings, prosperity. Okay, what is his higher self saying about the divine feminine? What is his higher self saying about the divine feminine? What is his higher self saying about the divine feminine? Truth. Truth and making choices. Truth and making wise choices. He knows that she's in her truth, that she stands her truth, that she walks her truth. But that she needs to choose wisely. It could be that there are more suitors on her path, that there are more people on her path that wants to know her, that see her shine, that see her going through the transformation, and they all want a piece of it. And it could be that that she has to choose, and it's almost like they're having a feeling, they're, you know, they need to stand in line for her, and she is not really knowing her direction. But the masculine's higher self sees in the divine feminine, if you're truthful to yourself and to your heart, you know. You know. But it could also be that the transformation she is going through changed her so much that she says, no, I'm not going there. It's still in my heart space, but I'm not going there because of the judgments, of the mind games, of the lack of love, lack of compassion, lack of understanding, and that's why the divine feminine is saying no. No, I'm not going there. It can also be what I hear in another scenario, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenarios here. That there is a masculine that sees that the divine feminine is juggling with the truth, is not truthful towards him, because there is too much to gain out of that connection. So she wants to be prosperous with him, and it's more money-wise, it's more security, it's more, and she is trying to cover that up. Okay, and then there is another scenario, and that is like, okay, the truth needs to be told, because this energy is wandering around, is not in balance, is not stable, or sees too much, that is not holding the stability here. And it could be that because I also the card of judgment was there, that the divine masculine sees that there is too much judgment about the things that's happening in her life, and that people are putting fingers at her, and he needs to protect her, you know, and he is withdrawing himself and getting closer to his heart space, because he knows that if there are too many people that are misjudging her, and he has a feeling that she needed to be protected. Okay, and there is divine, and the last scenario is it's the receiving. You know, he sees that there is too much to be received from the divine feminine. He gets too much, or he gets enough what he wants out of it. He sees that she's giving, and he is taking. And I hear this is on a sexual level. Okay, so it could be that he gets sexual gratification out of it, and he is misguiding the truth, so he is misleading her, and it could be vice versa, that she is misleading him. Oh wow, I hear the Jezebel's coming in. So the Jezebel energy that in this time of period of time is coming in to seduce him, to sending, I hear sex pictures, sending him stuff that lures him back in, and he doesn't know that he has to deal with a Jezebel. That's the she-devil, you know, that is all about sexual energy, manipulation, corruption, money, greed, all the dark stuff that is hidden. Now is coming to light because the truth is coming out. So the higher self of the divine masculine is telling him, you know, you're really in a wrong relationship here, because you get manipulated here, and all the shadow sides are be used to hold you in that space, to hold you in this connection. So that's what's also possible. Okay. So, wow, that were 5 scenarios, guys. What is his uncomfortability? What is his uncomfortability? To have the spiritual strength, to hold the spiritual strength, to build that spiritual energy, and to be in that strength, and to hold that space, to honor that space, and to honor that sacred strength, or sacred sexuality, whatever you can call it. So it's probably difficult for him to hold that spiritual strength up, you know, that will build him to a different person, instead of reacting on one of those 5 scenarios, you know, letting it all go, and building up his strength to control himself, I hear. Yeah, and go for the 10 of Cups, and go for love instead of the sex. Okay, this is going. Sacred sexuality is the intimacy between 2 people, and if there's no intimacy, there's nothing. Then I also see that you're going back into your shadow side. Okay, so and when you're going back in your shadow side, there is no love involved here. There is no fulfillment. It's only a short time fulfillment. It's you know, it could be that the divine masculine is still in a relationship and he's not telling the truth about it. You know, or the divine feminine is still in a relationship and she's not telling the truth about it, or she's seeing other men. You know, she's having other options and wandering around. That's not the spiritual strength. That's not the integrity that that needs to be there when you're in a sacred union. So that's his that's his uncomfortability, you know, that he can't keep up the strength to hold up, you know, to be strong enough to go for the 10 of Cups, for everything what he wants. But yeah, I see, because he is stepping up. He is making the steps up, you know. He's moving upwards. But on the other side, the spiritual strength is not there. It's a fake spirituality, what I see here. Okay? Not enough knowledge about spirituality. Not... yeah, unaware, I hear. That's the uncomfortability from him. So what is he going to do about it? It could be that he is climbing up, but let's see. Yes, see, it's the sacral chakra. It's and I have here 2 other cards here. Patience and planning. So he is patient about himself and planning how to transform his life, how to transform his life into a more financial base and strength and material changes. So that's probably also why he has such a full head. His mind is so occupied about finances, about material changes, about, you know, sexuality, and that he needs to have patience, and that he needs to plan more carefully, you know. Sorry, guys. It's really a shadow reading this, what I feel. It's really, he's really going through his shadow side in this. Is there also something positive to say here, guys? So what does his higher self saying about this union? Yeah, that he needs to use his intuition, that he needs to go through his intuition and do more with his intuition and listen to his intuition. Yeah. That's oh, I saw 2, 2, 1. Wow. 2. Oh. En 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Wow. This is a really amazing message, because I have 5 2s here. And the 2s stands for balance. Balance your mind. Sacred union needs to be in balance. The balance between the masculine and the feminine within yourself. Before your divine partner will attract on that same vibration. Okay? Balance your finances, balance the material world, you know, your intuition, balance your intuition. Go to your intuition, because to work together with your intuition and the source that will bring you back in balance. And the sacral chakra will bring you back in balance. If this is all in balance, this will happen eventually. You know, the sexual urge is not the main thing in this theme. That's what it is in the Jezebel energy. That will force you to get you out of that energy. So, and the devil energy will get you out of that sacred space. So if you are just focusing on one thing, You know, your whole life gets out of balance. Everything needs to be in harmony. So that's what he thinks about the union with the Divine Feminine, is that he needs to have patience, and he is working on his financial and material changes. So what will bring them together? This one. What will bring them together? The death of the ego. Wow. The death and the ending of an ego, the death of the ending of a relationship, the death the death of the ending of the emotional withdrawal. It needs to be communicated. It could be that there is no communication, and that there is an emotional withdrawal, and that the universe is saying, okay, you know, I'm stepping in, and that's why the judgment is upon you. You know, this is why it's all happening, because it's you're punishing yourself and you're punishing another. So end of a cycle, new beginnings, and emotional withdrawal is necessary to go within, to find your balance, because it's the judgment call of the universe. Wow. Well, Divine Masculines, you know, this is an extra shadow reading. I feel it as a shadow reading, because it all has to do with, you know, not talking, not speaking your truth, transformation, or just speaking your truth and using your throat chakra. Maybe you need to speak your things out with your Divine Feminine. Then the transformation can come in. You can connect with, let me show it like this, you know, connect with your speaking your truth, connecting with what is on your mind, going into the transformational space. Then reach out to the universe to open your crown chakra, because your Divine Feminine is on your mind, you know. And where is it? Here's the second time they say speak the truth and get it all spoken out and be in balance. Only then you can receive the Ten of Cups. Let's do it this way. You need to choose wisely what you're doing. You need to be conscious. What do you want? Do you want a healthy relationship, or do you just want your sexual gratification, and that's it, you know? Or do you want to build up your spiritual strength so you can have balance and peace, so you can get your material harvest? But you need to be patient, because you need to go through this first. Get out the mind space, get into union, into your heart space, be in balance and in union with your Divine Masculine and your Divine Feminine side inside yourself, so you can attract the Divine Feminine in your life. Being in balance before you sending out, you know, the two pentacles before you can get in balance, before material abundance is coming in. You need to use your intuition more, instead of going through this sacral energy. Endings, speaking, emotional withdrawal because you need it. The judgment of the universe is upon you when you are going to the wrong side. So that's for the divine masculine. And then prosperity begins. So beautiful, beautiful masculines. This is an intense reading. And I feel it's a shadow reading, and that's normal in this time of year. So I wish you all well. I wish you all harmony, blessings, and look for the balance within yourself, and transform and transmute what you need to transmute. And for the divine feminine, if this is about your divine masculine, and you want guidance, and you want to know more about what's going on in the divine masculine's life, what needs to to turn around, let me know. I'm here for you. In the description box below, there's my email address, and I'm open for readings from next week on. Okay? And I see you. Bye-bye. Sorry for my hiccups. Bye-bye.